All right, we're live, Lance.
All right, man. Wow. I talked to your dad earlier today too. He was asking me about if we were ever gonna do another show.
Yes, sir. We're live. We're recording. We're ready to go. We'll have a podcast out tomorrow. We're good to go.
All right, man. Cool. Man, been like a month.
Yeah, it has. It's been a while.
Too much stuff going on for last month.
Man, we've had a bunch of stuff going on. We've ran every which way but Sunday, and well, we've even run on Sunday and Monday. Matter of fact, it ain't stopped.
No, yeah, it's been that time of the year. It's been busy. Been good, some degrees. So had a lot of.
You know what I just noticed?
What's that?
Man, if you're as good as I am, look, your eyes match your glasses and match your hat. Look at that. Man, I couldn't have planned that if I wanted
to. Only you, man.
Yeah. That's perfect right there. Get the side profile. Look, even got the red, white, and blue. Oh,
man.
Yeah. Now we're getting it.
I'm telling you, man. Hell, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you.
Well, Lance, we've had a busy month here. We've taken a little time off from the radio show. We're getting back after it. So you want to start a little recap of what's been going on, or how you want to go with it?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, we kind of, I guess, really, we go back to the Red meets. That was probably our last one.
That was the week before Red was our last one.
So we went down there, and you and I cooked. We both had decent contests. I think we were top 15.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm bringing up barbecue data right now. I can't remember where I finished, but I wasn't very good, but I wasn't bad either.
No, I mean, we were right in there. I mean, we were in like 680s, something like that. And I think we had like
13th place with a 673.
Okay. Or I was 679. That's right. That you said that. I had like a second place brisket and a fifth place rib.
Yes, sir. Yeah, 13th with a 673 is where I finished. I got a walk or two. I can't remember what they were, but see, I was 31st in chicken, 9th in ribs, 22nd in pork, and 10th in brisket. So I got 2 walks out of that. So we did all right there. Not a bad turnout for 62 teams.
Yeah, that's right. We were on the death chicken table because Boomerang was 12th on that table. JD was like 27th, 28th, and you and I were in the 30s on it.
Yes, sir. We were all on the same table there. We got that chicken table of death, but you know what? It happens. So
it does. It does.
All right.
So we did that, and then man, I don't guess we cooked anything after that.
No, we did that, and I had some caterings going on, and I think you did too. So we were kind of busy getting all that caught up, and then let's see. Then came Royal Week, because that was 2 weeks before the Royal, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the next weekend we laid off of cooking. I left town on Monday and went to Houston for business meetings.
That is correct.
And then ended up coming home Thursday evening. I landed at the airport about 6-ish to head to the Royal.
Yeah, so going into that, so we left Thursday morning, and we were having a good trip. We got up north of Oklahoma City, about 50 some odd miles, and I'll never forget it. My wife says, "Hey, one of your fans don't sound right," and I was like, like I can hear my fan. Fan sounds good. About that time, there was a big cloud of smoke and no boost. I said, we ain't talking about a fan. We're talking about a turbo. we're in a different world here.
No, it's the same. It's the same thing. A fan and a turbo, they're pretty much, pretty
Yeah.
much the same.
I wish they were about as important as each other. Yeah. So we were on I-35 in the middle of nowhere, and I babied it for about 10 or 11 miles up to a roadside area. Got up there, and I was like, we were dead. There wasn't anything around. We were dead in the water. And I tried to call Matt. Matt was still in a meeting. Break him the news. So I broke the news to Kim, and I'll never forget it. This is what barbecue family's all about. But this is an extreme one. Kim called me back in about 5 minutes. Said we have another truck, and we'll bring it, and we'll see you guys as soon as Matt gets home. And like I said, that was about 3:30, 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon, and Matt wasn't even home. And Matt and Kim rolled in about 6 o'clock, 6:30 the next morning into Oklahoma City with another truck. We and Deisha, the butlers, they picked up Lexi that night, so she didn't have to spend the night in the truck. And we hooked up and we rolled into the Royal at 10:30.
Yeah, we made it there about 10:30 Friday morning.
But guys, I can tell you, like I said, we had spent a lot of money and a lot of preparation, and essentially we were dead in the water. We were fixing to see if we could turn in boxes all the way from northern Oklahoma City, see if we could have someone run boxes back and forth to the Royal for us. Because my sleigh don't go anywhere without a big truck, and it was unbelievable. Like I said, 5 minutes. If it was 5 minutes, Kim called and said, we got you taken care of. And y'all were a godsend on that. And, we appreciate you guys very much. Cause like I said, we would have, I don't know what we would have done.
Lance, you'd have done the same thing for us, anybody else. It's
that's barbecue family, and you're absolutely right.
That's right. That's no happenstance. I could be about almost anywhere in the country and break down, and there's barbecue family pretty much everywhere, and somebody will make sure you get there or get home or whatever you need to do. That's kind of the essence of it. We all spend a lot of money to do this, but at the end of the day, we're all kind of a big family. So if we can't trust each other and do what we're doing, there's no point in doing it.
Well,
so
it was a great thing, and like I said, I was able to go up yesterday and pick up the truck. So another little 13-hour jog, and the truck's finally home, and we'll see what it's going to take to fix some turbos now. But no, like I said, it was that was a godsend on that end of it. And we rolled in at 10:30. You're kind of in the back there. Yes, sir, Rick Davis, barbecue family. You're right, buddy. And y'all were in the back, and I was up in my normal spot. Well, I guess they had decided that I wasn't coming again this year, and so I think they moved about everything that they could find into my spot. And matter of fact, took a forklift to get my trailer in and into the hole, and had to move electrical and all kinds of good stuff. And you're just you're mentally drained by then. We'd been sitting around and just everything that happened, and you can sit around and feel sorry for yourself for a while, or you can suck it up and get after it. And so we unloaded and we got after it, and things went good from that point on. Really, I guess you could say. We got to hang out some, have a good time. We got to drink a few beers together, had a few pink drinks, climbed under fences. Yeah, we did some fence. Some went under fences, some went over fences, and then some changed how we did that the next time.
Well, Gabriel Lance did get an F-350 Platinum delivered. Just so you know.
But yes, That is correct. Suck
Uh,
it up, old man.
Todd says, "Suck it up, old man."
Yeah. I remember the next time I punch him.
Yeah, we got up there to the roll a little late. Like I said, hell, when Lance called said he was broke down, I was still in Houston. I hadn't even got on the plane back home yet. So him and Christy had to sit in a truck stop parking lot for about 12 hours, 13, maybe more. And
She said 13.
Wait on us to get to Oklahoma City. But we flew in, we landed, and then I was lucky enough. Kim had my trailer ready to go. She had all the meat packed. She had all the seasonings, charcoal wood. I mean, she had everything in my trailer ready to go. When I landed, I took my spare truck from the airport to the house. She already had my regular truck hooked up, and I literally went from the airport to the house, jumped in my regular truck, and we started hauling ass. And she followed me, and you know, how many ever hours later we hit Oklahoma City, a little north of Oklahoma City. We caught up with Lance, and we got him hooked on, and truck swapped and hauled ass. And like I said, they closed the tunnel at noon at Kansas City. We rolled in at 10:30, so we still had an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever to spare. But it worked out all right. So we did that. Then we got there, and I set camp up, got the pits out, got everything set up, everything ready to go, and I went and took a nap. So I went and took a nap for about 4 hours. I didn't go to Cook's meeting or nothing. Just went and took a nap for about 4 hours, and then got up and injected and prepped at 9 o'clock, our usual time. We injected everything, made sure it was right, and then laid back down for bed and got up and started cooking.
We did. I think we did something else, but I guess that was it on Friday. Oh, we did. We went and ate that night.
Did we go eat Friday night?
Yeah, we went and ate. We went to.
Okay.
We go to Hooters? Yeah, I guess maybe we went to Hooters. We did go to Hooters.
Oh yeah, we did it because I got up and I injected and prepped and got everything ready to go, and we snuck over the fence there and went and ate at Hooters that night and
That's right.
had a couple of cold beers, and I was in bed by I think 11:30.
Yeah, I'd say we were in bed pretty early. I mean, we had a pretty early start. I mean, I started at 5:30, I guess. I was 30 minutes behind you. Whatever time you lit up, I was 30 minutes behind you.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got up, fired it up for the Invitational. If you're cooking the Invitational, you got to be on your A game. There's 140 whatever teams, and if you're in the Invitational, you have to win one to be there. So it's got to be you got to be on your A game. It's not like any other contest you ever cook, because everybody that's there is a winner, and they're a winner for a reason.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna cook that contest, you got to be on your A game. So we got up and we cooked our cook. We turned it in. We felt good about everything we turned in. We let the dice file, dice roll where they wanted to. I'm trying to bring up the results right now, but we both ended up with a call.
Well, say you guys started out with a chicken call.
Yes, sir.
And rolled right into it. That's the second time you've hit chicken up there. And the Invitational, matter of fact, both times, right?
Yep, that is.
About that. So y'all hit that, and then we sat there for a while, a long while actually, until we got to pork. and I popped like an eighth in pork, and made the trip up there. That was pretty gratifying. That was another deal. We this was my 5th year up there, so we entered into the Legends program, and that was a pretty cool deal. And I finally broke the curse up there. This was Lexi's last year to cook, and we had an 18th place in chicken in Invitational one year, and that's the best we'd ever done. And so yeah, it was pretty cool to get up there, and both of us get up there on the Invitational. And
Yeah, I think we ended up with let's see what we ended up with, a 46th place overall with a 687. We were 170 across the board pretty much. We hit our marks, and we got a 16th place chicken. So I was really happy with our invitational showing. I mean, yeah, if you guys ain't been to the Royal, you don't understand. If you get a walk, I don't care if it's 25th or 1st, you deserve it. It's a hell of a contest. There's a hell of a bunch of cooks that want to win, and they're trying their damnedest. And if you get a walk at the Royal, it's much deserved. So
I was like Rick, Rick Davis. He had 2 good days. He did real well the first day in the Invitational, and he had a spectacular day Sunday also. So another Texas team, and
man, there was lots of Texas teams that did well. We had on Invitational day, there was Fred Robles. He walked in chicken with us. He also walked in ribs. It's hard to remember all the
Matt
Texas
Walker,
teams.
Boomerang, they walked.
Boomerang walked a couple times.
Joe and Jennifer Webster. And then I'm trying to think on the Invitational. There wasn't as many Texas cooks in the Invitational as there was in the Open.
No, but Texas represented well in the Invitational.
Oh, absolutely.
I tell you what, for a bunch of guys that mainly cook IBCA, there's a few more of us that cook a few more KCBS, but a bunch of guys that mainly cook IBCA to go to the Royal and get a walk, man, that's a hell of an accomplishment. So all those Texas teams, man, they did phenomenal. And then I was just ecstatic. I had a goal going into the Royal, so I was cooking with my dad, and part of cooking with my dad, I had a goal. I wanted to get on stage. I wanted to get my dad on stage, and we accomplished that both days. Yeah. And so that was big to me. I had a goal and I accomplished it, and so next year we'll be trying for a little more. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get on stage. I wanted to be on stage with my dad, and kind of have that in my bucket list as done. And so we've accomplished that. I've rocked. I've been on the Royal stage. With me and Tammy as our own team. I've been on the Royal stage with my dad.
We've been on the stage at the Royal together too, in the same category.
Yep, sure have.
I thought that was pretty phenomenal.
Anytime you can get on that stage at the Royal, man, you deserve it. And if you ain't never been there, you need to go. It's the biggest contest in the world. It's the greatest time, the greatest people. Everybody's there to help each other. Everybody's there to give you a beer. Everybody's there to feed you. Man, there's so much going on. And, you can't take it all in 1 year. It takes 3, 4, 5 years to get around there and kind of see what's going on.
Oh, no, it is. It's absolutely. I mean, it's but just like you said, I mean, if you've never been there, you need to go. You need to go. I don't care if you just go cook the Open.
That's right.
Go experience it because it is it's truly amazing. Um, Absolutely amazing.
So we made one change for open day, and it helped us a little bit. I think we'll see as time goes by, and I can process our results and scores a little bit. I made one change for open day and invitational day. I turned in everything just like I always would. Open day, I sauced my brisket because I knew everybody that walked in brisket, everybody that I knew that walked in brisket had a sauced brisket. So that's the only change I made for open day. And we ended up walking in ribs. I think we had 14th place ribs. You had 11th, right?
Yep, that is correct. I had 11th place ribs.
And I think we were 14th. So we Lance and I both ended up walking the stage. We had 14th ribs. Lance had 11th. Uh, I don't remember where I ended up overall, but it was all right. We were in the top 10%. I was like 40ish or 50th. So out of 500-ish teams, 450 to 500-ish teams, we're in the top 10 to 12%. I was really happy with what we did come open day. You might want to elaborate on that a little bit, but that's kind of what I thought about our open cook.
We had a good day too. We got killed in pork the second day. Had a great day. You know, my pork girl, you know, Kim Alexander, you know, took care of me again, and we had a phenomenal pork box Saturday, and pork was good Sunday. Money muscle just a little small, and that's one of them deals you don't know until you open up a package. I mean, you know, you can. They felt good and everything. They just had a seam in a certain spot the way they broke, and but we turned them in, and it was still good pork. And you know, we got dinged a little bit on that. That's what knocked us down. We were 300th and something in pork. I mean, the rest of it we were in pretty good shape. And you know, like I said, we got up on stage both days. Lexi had a 24th in dessert. That was phenomenal. Um, you know, this is her last year for the kids' queue, and so this after this, her new job's going to be sides and desserts. She's got a new job. You know, and
Yeah, she kicked ass in dessert. I was looking at the scores, dude. She was right there. She kicked ass in dessert.
yeah, I mean, just one of them deals. I mean, it was good, and you know, so yeah, I mean, considering everything that went on, everything that happened, we roll in, we get it done. Um, the Alexanders and the Moores walked the stage both days, guys. I mean, that's phenomenal. You know, and then to top it off, like I said, you know, Boomerang was like 7th the first day overall. I think they were 11th the second. Joe and Jennifer were fourth overall. The Open.
Let's see, they were 5th overall. They were 4th runner up
Fourth one, okay. Fifth
with
overall.
a 698.84.
Yeah, that's incredible. And then we had Fred Robles walk away with another Texas team. Do what? Oh yeah, Manuel. Manuel walked. That was his first trip to the Royal, and he got a walk in the Open.
Manuel did.
Yep. That was another one. Uh, so yeah, guys. I mean, I know Roddy Sereno. He walked.
Your first place ribs winners both days were from Texas. Day one was in the invitation was Boomerang, and day two you had Smoking Hooks, IBCA team out of Corpus Christi.
Okay.
They won ribs. So both days ribs were won by quote unquote Texas teams. That was really cool to see. Uh, Kelly Wirtz, our buddy with four legs up, did real well.
He won brisket in the
Won
open.
brisket. Yep. He won brisket. Our buddy Kelly did really well. I mean, man, the invitational, like I said, you got 140, 50, 30, I don't know, whatever it cooks. I'd have to look back. And they're all there to win. That's one that it's if you're gonna cook that one, you better bring your A game.
Yeah.
The open,
Yeah.
now you got 500 cooks, and you got about 150 of them that know what the hell they're doing. And out of that 150, I say you got 50 of them that are there to win the damn thing. And so you got to hit the right tables, you got to turn in the right food, and you got to do it right. And that's what it amounts up to. But a big congrats to our buddy Fred. Uh, he pulled it off with a 704. A 704 in that crowd. The stars had to align.
Well, so
No,
just think about that. That's a 176 across the board to get
that's correct.
704.
That's correct. Not only did he turn in amazing food, he hit the right tables. He turned in amazing food, and he ran his program. And if anybody knows anything about Fred's program, it's a hell of a program. It's a lot like Lance Moore's. It ain't nothing like mine. It's a 39 step fucking process, this and that. Mine's simple and easy. But he ran his program. He hit the right tables. He did his job, and at the end of the day, he kicked ass. I mean, 704. I think the closest guy to him. See if I can pull it up.
I think it was 701.
701. Yeah. So he had a nice lead there. That we had three 700 plus scores there. Like I said, Joe and Jennifer, Rolling Smoke, they had a 698.84 for fifth place, fourth runner up, a 698. These guys are knocking it out of the park. You got to scroll back about 4 pages to find me.
Yeah.
I was 57th with the 683. Pork killed me.
Yeah, so we got pork tabled on Sunday, but
yes, sir. But that's part of it.
We were like 37th or 35th overall. I had a 690 in the invitational, and think about that.
But then you get to looking at it, and right below me is Rooftop in 58th, then Clark Crew in 60th, Smoking Hill 61st.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bob Gibson's in 68. You start looking at the teams you beat, and it'll just kind of amaze you. It sure amazed me. Those guys are all. If Travis Clark shows up, he's there to win.
Oh yeah.
And we managed to beat Travis. That's a hell of a deal to me. So we had a hell of a time at the Royal. I'm telling you, especially you IBCA guys that think you can't do it. Look, an IBCA team just pulled it off. IBCA team won first in ribs. Several walks, several calls. My biggest takeaway from the Royal is Texas barbecue kicks ass.
Oh yeah.
Because we made our name known in every category, and all the way across the board, there were Texas teams up there. So
there
you Texas
are
teams,
some Texas teams this year than I can ever remember.
that's for sure. This has been the biggest Texas showing and the biggest Texas calls I can remember ever. And this will, we've been 4 times, I don't know how many times we've been now, and you've been 5 or 6 now. So it's a hell of a place to be. You guys got to get out there and do it. And man, even if you just show up with your buddy and help your buddy, just go experience it.
Go experience it. Absolutely.
Yeah, a couple of y'all cook together and go have the experience of doing it. It's a hell of a time, man. Nowhere else you're gonna find that many teams on a weekend to try to pull something off.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, you talk about A games and game on. I mean, it's all pretty serious. You
Yep.
know, I did stop over in the Sweet Smoke Q camp a little bit and had a few pink drinks, and
Yes, sir.
that was pretty good. I will tell you this: if it's just Jim around and making pink drinks, holy hell, them bad boys are stout. Now Jeff's a little more balanced about his pink drinks, but that's where I had one from Jim on Friday. After we got everything situated and everything was trimmed and I was kind of done. I had a little time to finally kind of calm down and think about what I got to do. And I stopped over and Jim was over there and he was doing a little prepping and had a pink drink. And I was like, well, I'm going to have me a pink drink. And he poured me one of them. And I thought, oh, hell, I think you forgot something, like maybe the lemonade and the cranberry juice. I think it was all vodka. That was one stout bad boy. But you know what? That was probably a good thing. I relaxed a little bit, settled down, thought about what I needed to get done, and we got it done. You know, and it's
Yes,
just
sir.
like you talk about Kim, and yeah, I mean, like our family. I mean, Christy kept it together. I thought she might lose it and all of that going on too, but she kept her sanity, hanging out in the truck for how many ever hours it was, and so yeah, it's a hell of an experience. I mean, you don't want to miss it. I don't care what happens, but that's the other part about it. You learn to focus and get your job done. So,
Well, you don't have a choice at that point, Lance. You're committed. Your money spent. You might as well get there and do your job and do it right.
yes, sir.
That's kind of the epitome of the role. You have to go in there and you have to have your mindset right and kind of forget all about all the bullshit and just do your job. And hopefully you come out on top.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
I felt really proud because every time it come down to getting calls and we hadn't got a call, I didn't care what category it was in. I don't care if it got down to first place. In the back of my mind, I thought we could get called.
Yes,
I
sir.
didn't turn in anything that I thought was subpar. Some things are better than others, but I thought at the back of my mind, when it got down to first place, we still had a shot at it. Every
Oh yeah,
category.
yeah.
So
I
I was
we
proud
had
of
a.
that.
I was really happy with the food, and no, I mean that's absolutely correct. And and that's something else. I mean, to go into that a little bit more, talking about Fred and stuff. Fred had one call Sunday,
Yes, sir.
and there were teams there that had 2 and 3 calls. And but like I said, I mean it's kind of like Boomerang. Boomerang had a solid 3 calls, and they hit a shit table and pork,
Yep.
and it took care of it. I mean, knocked him into 11th. Fred had 1 call, but he was consistent across the board, and he drilled it. So everybody's thinking, well, you guys got 1 call, you still weren't there, but yeah, you don't
Well,
understand and don't realize how close that can be. Well, Rick Davis had what 2 calls Sunday.
Rick
He
Davis had 2 calls. Joe Pierce with slaps
had 2.
had 2. When it got down to first place, I really wasn't thinking Fred. I was thinking Joe
Yep.
here. Uh, but Fred pulled it out. Fred had I got the results up here. Hold on for a second. He had a 178 chicken, 174 pork, 173 ribs, and 177 brisket.
Yeah.
So he just hit it all the way across. He only had one call in chicken, and hit it all the way across. And that's really all you got to do.
Well, but you just said it right there. So 173, 174 didn't make
177, 178.
top 25. Isn't that what they called Sunday?
Yep, top 25.
No, he didn't get called in 3 of those categories for where he was at. And then hit one and was a 178 in chicken.
Yep.
And got a call there. So, that's another level of that part of it. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, well, my pork Saturday was a 178, and it was 8th place. So
yeah, my ribs were a 178 or 176, 178 with an 11th place.
Yeah.
You are 11th. I was 14th. My bad. I was 14th. You were 11th place.
Yeah, so I think we're 176, 177, somewhere in there. And I mean,
yeah.
So that's just the level of it. I mean, I'd love to kind of be a fly on the wall and watch some of that judging in there and to see what that's really like. I don't want to judge it.
No, I couldn't go there to judge it. I had to go to cook. I mean, I guess maybe if I didn't make the invitational, I might could go judge the invitational and cook in the open, but that would be that'd be a tough go about it. I think I'd rather just hang out and drink beer and have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that was kind of our plans. I mean, when we left like we did, we were kind of get there and get set up and kind of be able to relax. And hey, Manuel. And
what's up, Manuel? Hey, real quick, congratulations, Manuel. Yes, you rocked it in the open, dude. You got a brisket call. You did great, man. I'm so proud of you. I can't tell you, but
yep.
Dude, for an IBCA team, was that your second KCBS ever?
That is correct.
Man, you kicked ass, Manuel. Good job, buddy. That was awesome.
Yep, sure was. And that's the deal. I mean, some guys go in there a little worried about it, but it's like I tell everybody, once you do it, it ain't as bad as it all seems. And like I said, like I told Manuel and I talked several times during that, and he was a little concerned. I told him, I said, man, you're a good cook. You got it. That's what it takes. And sure enough, he fell in there and he got it done.
That's right. Everybody had a good time. That's the other part of the role. Like I feel like I'm harping on this point, but guys, if you never go cook another big ass contest ever, go cook the Royal. It's a sight to see. That on Friday night when they have all the fireworks and they do everything, and if you get there early enough on Wednesday and Thursday night, there's lots of team parties, lots of happening going on. Just go cook the Royal, hang out, have a good time, experience it, and it should be on everybody's bucket list to do.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and Chris just said something too. Even the kids, it's a great time for the kids too. I mean,
yep.
All of our kids have grown up at the Royal, and that's another part of it. It's just a big family, man. It's everybody has a good time. There's family, and you'll see and meet people that you only see on TV and things like that, and you'll find out that they're they're just normal, everyday people like the rest of us. And
Yeah, I got to walk the stage with Chris Lilly. Chris Lilly was beside me on stage. I mean, I don't know if that'll ever happen again or whatever, but I got to stand beside Chris Lilly, and he congratulated me for my call on stage. I mean, it's damn Chris Lilly. That's
yeah,
how many world championships has that guy won?
yep,
That's awesome, and they're the most humble people you ever meet.
yeah. That was like Darren and Sherry. Told me congratulations and congratulated me, called me by name, and I thought, I'll be damned. But it is. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're just down there people like everybody else, and some people don't think that they're approachable or whatever, But I've been, I've sat at the Royal, and when we were at Arrowhead Stadium, Tuffy Son was cooking right around the corner from us every morning. That man come by and told us good luck, have a good cook, blah blah blah, and I mean, it is just good people, and
That's right.
and
All right, man.
Do what?
I need you to entertain the crowd for a second. I gotta take a break for about 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
So, anyways, well, yeah, like I said, we had a good time. We had a lot going on, a lot of pressure, but it was good. It was great, and like I said, we got to see a lot of our Texas family, get up there and walk. Like I said, it was kind of a sight to see this year with everybody there. Like I said, I don't ever remember having that many Texas teams there. There probably has been, but I don't know. It was great, and kind of like us starting the Texas Barbecue Association stuff. I mean, this is another big part of it. I mean, you're seeing it. I mean, KCVS is coming bigger and bigger and bigger in Texas in the next few years. It's going to be something to, I think, to sit and watch and be a part of. We still got a couple more contests in Texas this year. They're KCBS in November, and so like I said, it's coming, it's growing. We're going to see more and more of it. Get ready for it.
Oh man, you're
sorry.
I had to refill my beer.
Well, I'm out too. Did you give me one?
Man, yeah. Well, if they only knew, maybe in the near future we might be doing barbecue Vandals episodes side by side. You never know.
Well, that's I've been kind of thinking about that actually. I'm thinking that maybe we might even have a studio.
We could have a studio. We might be doing Vandals episodes from a studio. It is what it is. Manuel, bro, I wouldn't change what ain't broke.
Yeah, he wouldn't go an offset. Damn, dude.
Manuel, I love you, bro, but I wouldn't change what ain't broke, dude. You've been rocking it on those drums.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'll let you add it.
Yeah, just keep rocking it on the drums, man. You don't change what ain't broke, bro. Like you've been rocking it. I hope you got you a Jambo. If you didn't, that's it is what it is. You got you a Jambo. Why don't you come by the house and we'll have a little cooking class. I'll come by the house free of charge. We'll cook up a little comp food on a Jambo. And I might regret that, but oh well. We're all here to help each other. Get your ass down here to Southeast New Mexico, and we'll run your Jambo, and we'll cook some food up, and we'll make a hell of a time of it. And just let's rock it. So that's but don't change what ain't broke for everybody else out there, man. if you're hustling and you're winning and you're kicking ass and you're cooking on drums or you're cooking on an offset or you're cooking on a green egg or I don't care what you're cooking on, and it's rolling, just keep rolling it. Don't change it. Don't don't get out there and do something wild and crazy. Do what you know, do what you love, and keep at it. That's I've thought several times about going to only drums, but my brisket keeps winning. It keeps my brisket keeps on a ticking, and so that's the whole reason I haven't went to a different. I haven't went to drums yet. I know a lot of guys that went on drums, but we keep on ticking along on our jambo, and we're gonna keep going that way. And but seriously, you guys, I don't care if you're cooking on a Weber or Weber Smoky Mountain, a Green Mountain, a Traeger, or whatever you're doing. If you're doing it and it works, keep doing it. It's There's something to it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What kind of Jimbo did we get? I missed that part of it. We get a pull behind, or did we get a enclosed, or what?
I don't know. He just said he got him a Jambo. I was looking at fans of Jambo earlier. And he was inquiring about an enclosed, and so maybe he ended up with that one. It's beautiful. It's a kind of a red, white, and blue. It's a blue Jambo with a flag on it and stuff. I hope you got that one. If you got something else, that's all right too. So
Well,
I guess we'll see.
a couple of J3s come up. There was a baby J that come up the other day enclosed. All right.
Yeah, I almost bought that baby J because that's one we don't have in our collection.
That's why I messaged you the other day when I seen it. I messaged you and your dad. Like, hey.
Yeah, it's just not the right time, and too many other irons in the fire right now. So not the right timing, but one will come up. It'll be the right timing, and we'll pull the trigger on it. But I'd love to have a baby J to put with the rest of them.
Now, was that Craig's original
No,
one? Because I noticed he got his original one back too, and it's a baby J too, isn't it?
yeah, it's a baby J. It's an original. Yeah, I'd love to have one of those put with a collection because I mean, hell, Lance, you've seen me for years cook on a backyard.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
It's whatever. It's whatever suits your needs at the time. Doing a little more KCBS. The bigger Jambo fits my needs, but doing the IBCA circuit, that backyard was perfect.
Yeah.
Man,
we
rocked that backyard.
Yeah, when you're running brisket and 4 butts and all that, and and ribs, I mean it gets a little congested there for a little bit, even on my big pit. I mean, because there's sweet spots.
Yep.
There's sweet spots for all that stuff, and even on my big pit. I mean, I have a spot where my comp ribs go. There's a spot where my comp brisket goes. There's a spot where my pork butts go, and how they go on there. And that's how it works, and that's where it is. You don't move it around.
I'm exactly the same way. My brisket goes in the same spot, and it goes there for X amount of time. Then it gets moved to a different spot for X amount of time. My ribs, my pork butts, they're in the same spot every time. You're exactly right. There's sweet spots, there's hot spots, there's cold spots. I don't care what you're cooking on. If you're cooking on a gravity fed, a Traeger, an offset, there's certain things you'll learn about your pit, and the more you know your equipment, the better you can use it.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'll say. That's another one of the deals. Once again, you better know how it cooks, where to cook, and how to handle it, no matter what the conditions are. We had I'm trying to think how we were set up in there. I guess we had a pretty good west wind. I think that'd be right where we were at. So it was coming across the front of my pit all weekend. but it didn't really, didn't really affect me. Knew how to compensate for it, and we rolled. And I mean, hell, like I said, I did. I went on at 6 o'clock Saturday and Sunday, and my pork and brisket was in the boxes by 10:30, 11 o'clock each day. So I had a pretty quick cook, but like I said, I knew where to put everything and where it goes and how it runs and kind of what to expect, and it's always a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. Manuel just sent you a picture there of that Jambo he got. It's pretty Jambo.
Oh yeah, I have seen that one.
Yep. Just drag that thing down here, Manuel. We'll run a comp on it, and I'll teach you what I know, and then you can put your spin to it, and we'll roll it.
Congrats, Manuel.
That's a nice pet, dude. But yeah, get that thing down here to southeast New Mexico, and we'll roll a competition on it.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, family. Yeah.
I guess I better put my phone on silent. Every time somebody texts me, everybody can hear it. So
yeah, I think mom's over here buzzing too. Who it was? No, I mean that is, hell, maybe one of these days I might be able to afford me a Jambo. So.
Oh shit!
Don't break it.
It has to weigh less than that damn thing you got on the back of there right now.
Oh, I guarantee it weighs less than that. About half weight.
Yeah.
No, it ain't broke. But
yeah, what we need to do is you need a catering pit, rig like you got now. Then you need a competition rig. We gotta get Christy on board. Come on, Christy. He needs a competition rig that's not his catering rig.
There is a goal there. We might, maybe that'll all work out here soon.
Yeah. That's what he needs, Christy.
We have college in the future, remember?
College, smallage, yeah. Not that important.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I've been pretty successful with my year and a half of college. So I'll just throw that out there. But
I don't think you can be a vet with no college.
I understand, man. No. So, who knows? I mean, yeah, because I mean, I noticed even with your super tuned truck, my trailer's like a brick.
Yeah. Did you reach down there and click it up a little bit, or did you leave it on?
No, I've left it where it's at. I ain't turning nothing.
Well, that's only a 50 horse tune you got there, but
yeah, that's all right.
You can reach down there and click her up. You get up to an extra 250 out of it, but you don't want to be pulling with that.
No,
too hot.
Probably bad shit will happen.
Yeah. But anyways, well, I hope you get your truck back together, Lance. I hope that all kind of pans out. We'll get you a turbo or 2 or 4 or whatever.
I might need like a 6.
There you go.
A cylinder. Maybe that's the way to go.
Might be. I still can't believe they didn't replace that shit when they replaced your motor. I guess.
No, I did look today. They do make a new kit for mine that you can just convert it to a single. And I guess that's what a lot of them are doing. And I guess it changes it more to like the 6.7. And I said there's no lag or anything in it.
Man, I love my 6.7s. I haven't really had much trouble with any of them. They've been good trucks, and they pull like a scalded ape, and they run, and they're just good trucks. Those 6.7 Fords are, man. Even that stock one I got out there pulling pulling to the Royal and back. I could run 85, 90. I could do whatever I wanted to. Just a good truck, man. They're those 6.7 motors. There's something special about them.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like the old 7.3s. They're
Right.
just a good truck.
Yep. No, I mean, like I said, it pulled. We ran between 70 and 75 coming home with my trailer, and then we ran 70, 75 yesterday.
Yeah.
Pulling 30,000 pounds yesterday. So truck and trailers, and I did get a phone call that Friday morning when we were headed up to the Royal. About mid morning, I got a phone call from another Alexander telling me I didn't know how to drive. I didn't know how to drive that truck because I wasn't on your ass. And Mr. Bud Alexander, of course, Mr. Instigation.
Well, he called me and said, "Where's Lance?" I said, "Hell, I don't know. I ain't seen him in a while." I told him that truck could run over 70, but he couldn't keep up.
Well, it will run over 70, but your oil temp. That's the one thing pulling my trailer. You have to still watch it because your oil temp get up to about 240. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that the same with the 6.4s? 240 is kind of the magical number to back off.
Yeah, around 245, 250 is where I back it down.
Oh, okay. Well, I was backing down at 240. I tried to keep it around 235, 237.
The crazy part about that is you pull a 40-foot gooseneck with a 10,000-pound truck on it, and it doesn't have as much effect as your barbecue trailer does.
That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, yesterday I think it got up to, when I was pulling hills, running 70 with all that on there, it got up to about 222. But it said around 210, 212 all day yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Oh yeah. Now the crazy thing about it is now your transmission temperature don't get up very much. It said about 203, 199 to 203, regardless what you were pulling.
Yeah. When we pulled up to the top of whatever the hell that mountain is in Rio Dosa, I ran about 220 in a couple of spots and backed it off going up there.
Yep, I got up to 220 pulling up there too. Yeah.
But that was the highest I've ever seen. It was pulling that mountain in Rio Dosa. That was a little bit crazy though.
Well, you're not going very fast, and I mean, that flood gets hot and you can't move it. You're not moving it fast enough to cool it off.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's different. But like I said, yeah, I mean, no, it runs great. We just kind of cruised,
Well,
had a good time.
what's on the schedule next for West Texas Pitmasters?
Well, I got a catering Thursday, and I've got an event Friday night. Christy hit me about going to Canadian. I don't know. I might have a midlife crisis and run up to Canadian.
When is Canadian?
It's their what is it? It's a calf fry barbecue cook-off.
No, I'm saying when is Canadian?
This weekend.
Okay. Well, I won't be there. We're catering for a wedding this weekend in Alamogordo.
Oh hell.
So we'll be pulling over to Alamogordo. We're catering for a wedding this weekend. And as far as competition wise goes, I don't have anything scheduled until Waxahachie. We'll be at the Invitational trying to take home as much as that $65,000 as we can. So
we'll have to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, you need to get your ass up there, dude. $65,000. They're paying top 20. 10th place is like $1,000. Yeah, you need to get your ass to Waxahachie.
Well, we'll have a conversation.
Hell, I'll even give you the truck to pull up there with.
Might need it.
Yeah, but yeah, get that's all we got. It's about as much as I got scheduled November 5th or 7th or whenever the hell that is. We'll be in Waxahachie. If I can get you to come up there and cook and Hell, we might get Dad and Tammy to come up there and cook too. Who knows? Hell, it's IBCA. We got like 4 hours between turn-ins. We can
Yeah.
all cook like 7 teams
Oh yeah.
and be good with it. But yeah, let's that's what I got. That's what I got coming up. We got a wedding to cater this weekend, and then we got it's simple. We're doing brisket and potato salad.
Oh wow.
I think I can handle that one.
I got a 3-meat Thursday night, and then like I said, I got a little bending Friday night, and then the next week I got to cook steaks for 50 people.
Oh,
Then
I was going to ask you how the Japanese thing work.
Well, they seem to really like it. I think I have mastered the ginger sauce, buddy.
Yes.
Mastered the ginger sauce.
I had
Wow.
got it figured out. Well, I usually
Those
buy
are strong words.
buddy. Well, I usually buy it from our Japanese place, and I got told the other day that I couldn't buy it from them no more. And I thought, well, okay, I got to figure it out. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, this stuff right here, it's pretty spot on.
Awesome.
So Christy was like, I brought some in to Christy that night, and she's like, "Damn, that's pretty damn good." And they liked it up there. So we got there at 5:30. It was 6 o'clock by the time we were set up. They were wanting to eat at 7:30. So I cooked steak, chicken, fried rice, vegetables. Oh, forgot my keys. That's the other deal with all these keys, man, floating around I've gotten right now. So I forget the keys. I forget my whole key ring. It's got my truck keys and stuff on it. Well, it's got my trailer keys on it. So we get up there, get inside the gate and everything, and I get ready to go open up the trailer, and I was like, oh shit, I ain't got no keys. Thank goodness I didn't have a window locked on the trailer, and so I crawled in through the window off of a bar stool, and got it. I did have a spare set inside the trailer. Handed them out to Christy and got the door unlocked. Otherwise, that would have been a disaster. I didn't have a drill. I didn't have nothing to take a lock out.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in that Japanese catering thing. I might have to add that to our menu.
I'm telling
you might share your ginger sauce recipe with me, so we can add that to the menu.
I'm telling you, I think that's the new thing, man. Yeah, sweet. I think the wedding party was pretty happy with it.
Awesome. Well, that's about what I got going on, Lance. You got any closing words or?
Well, like I said, I just want to, I guess I got to thank all my sponsors, Matt and Kim Alexander, Ford Pickups, and my pork butt sponsor, Deisha and Kyle for getting Lexi and handling her, and people like Green Mountain Grills and Oak Ridge Barbecue. Oak Ridge was over hanging out with me quite a bit, and you got to come over. He has some really good scotch over there. You probably would like to drink.
Man, I didn't get to see Oak Ridge. I didn't get me no Spogos. I didn't get to see Oak Ridge. We're gonna have to call him and tell him what the hell.
And Sweet Smoke Q. Can't forget them boys. They took care of us. Yeah, I mean, it was a good time, great. Thank God for all the barbecue family and good friends, and life goes on, I guess. And
yes, sir.
6'4" Power Strokes.
But we got our usuals. About the only guy I rep is Meat Church, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and rep another guy that provided us some stuff for the Royal that I really like. Junior Reyes with Up and Smoke. Appreciate the handout for the Royal. Appreciate the rub. What you do for us. Up and Smoke, Meat Church. that's about it. Other than that, we're pretty well self-funded, self-sufficient. And big thanks to all our barbecue family. Fred and Rick and Matt Walker, Reagan. Uh,
Right.
just all the Texas guys that kind of
Corey,
do
Danny,
this.
Mike.
Yep, Corey Mikes, Danny Mikes. All the Texas guys kind of do this, and week in, week out, get it done. And
JD Henley.
JD, George had a kick-ass
Oh yeah,
invitation.
George, Manuel, Joe and Jennifer,
Yep.
Disha, Kyle, Kit Pardons.
Oh yeah. All,
Yeah.
all you guys that you may not realize it, but in some way or another, you have an impact.
Oh yeah, Matt and Sarah Walker.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we got a strong family, a strong Texas family. And,
That's right, and we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it going, but we'll and we're gonna keep the Vandals going for a little bit here. So we'll see y'all next week, and I don't know if it'll be Sunday or Monday, but we'll see y'all next week, and we'll everybody have a good night till then, and thanks for watching our bullshit.
yeah, there you go. There
Yes,
you go.
sir. All right. Good night, guys.
Good week.